Horses on the track for this afternoon's second race. It's a Kentucky Sire Stakes consolation for 2-year-old trotting fillies. Purse of $50,000 presented by Kentucky Proud. It kicks off the 20-cent pick 8, which features a $10,000 guaranteed pool. Number 1 is Bayou. Linda Toscano trains for Diamond Creek Racing. Dave Miller drives. Number 2 is Creature of Habit. Nifty Norman trains. Pete Ritt aboard for Melvin Hartman, Dave McDuffie, and Diamond Creek Racing. 3 is DeLovely Hall. Chris Beaver trains for Renee Mercury. Aaron Merriman drives. Number 4 is Bang B. Trent Stoller trains for the Trent Stoller stable. Stately Gate Stables. James Bafia in the Henshout stable. Yannick Gingras at the controls. 5 is Hot Springs Voldo. Jan Janssen trains. Brian Sears in the bike for the Kentuckiana Racing Stable and Jorgen Yair Jr. Number 6, Jasmine Voldo. Irv Miller trains. Andy Miller drives for the Kentuckiana Racing Stable. Jorgen Yair Jr. in the Irv Miller Stable Incorporated. 7, Do You Want to Dance? John Bootenshane trains. Corey Callahan at the controls for William Wiswell, Gene Golan, and Eugene Schick. The 8 is Heaven. Irv Miller trains for the Irv Miller Stable. Louis Willinger, George Galomez, Happy Hour Racing, Marcus Miller between the wheels. Number 9 is Fortune Telling Lady. Rick Zeron trains for the Rick Zeron Stables. Cool Cat Racing. Jeffrey Rook and No Block Racing Stable. Scott Zeron is in the sulky. And rounding out the second race field is number 10, Shape Shifter. Chris Beaver trains. Tim Tetrick drives for Tom Crouch. And good afternoon. Welcome again here to Fayette Fest 2019 at the Red Mile. I am Gabe Prewitt. Pleased to be joined by a very special guest, my good friend, the Senate Majority Leader in the state of Kentucky, Damon Thayer. And Senator Thayer, welcome out here to a beautiful day.
Always great to be out for the Kentucky Sire Stakes at the Red Mile and another exciting Fayette Fest. Great crowd out here today on a beautiful day. It's still summer and we can feel it.
And we can feel it, believe me. And this is really the culmination of the Kentucky Standardbred Development Fund, which you have really worked hard on, Senator Thayer. I know you're a big believer in the industry, both on the thoroughbred and standardbred side, and the other breeds for that matter. And the program really begins early in the year. You've got some county fair action that it funds, and it leads into the Sire Stakes legs here at the Red Mile. But this is really the Super Bowl of that program, the Kentucky Sire Stakes Championships. Over $2 million on the line. I know you have to be proud of what this has developed into.
I am very proud. It's appropriate that this second race is sponsored by the Kentucky Proud program. My good friend Commissioner Ryan Quarles is here today, as well as a lot of other dignitaries enjoying the day. And I remember back in 2005 when I met with people like Ken Jackson and Alan Levitt, Mark Guilfoyle, and talked about the development of the Kentucky Breeders Incentive Fund and to make sure that the standardbred industry was a strong participant in that. And you know, we've done some things in Frankfurt in the General Assembly to help remove some artificial barriers to free enterprise, which is kind of my mantra for my service in the Senate. And I think the standardbred industry is really undergoing a resurgence here in Kentucky, and a lot of it is because of the Kentucky Sire Stakes, funded by the Kentucky Breeders Incentive Fund, and certainly the tweaks that were made as recommended by the standardbred breeders here in Kentucky to involve the mayors in this program has really seen it undergo a massive resurgence. You see the kind of money people are paying for horses that are eligible to this program. You see the purses here today, really extraordinary. It really does prove that horses work in Kentucky. They are an important part of our economy, creating jobs and economic opportunity. So glad there's such a good crowd out here today to enjoy the races at the Red Mile, one of the most historic tracks in all of harness racing.
Yeah, a beautiful day. Fast track. Should be great action. We've got some star power in this card as well. You've got the horse that was 30 cents in the dollar in the $1 million Hamiltonian, Greenshoe. He's one of the true superstars of the sport. So you see horses in him like him in this program now. It's really just a great thing. Now talk to us about another thing. You're going to be on the track here next Saturday night. We've got a celebrity driving race that you're going to be involved in, a great charity involved as well.
Yes, apparently the Red Mile has lowered the standard definition for a celebrity, and they've asked me to participate in the race. I'm going to be driving with a professional driver in the two-man bike, trying to raise money for Shriners. And this is a bucket list thing for me. a kid who grew up in northern Michigan. The first competitive horse race I ever went to was the Grand Traverse County Fair in northern Michigan to watch the trotters and pacers. I've always wanted to drive in a harness race, so I'll be back here next Saturday night to participate in that race, and I think it's going to be great fun. And I'm really excited about it.
Well, that should be really fun. I look forward to calling that race here next Saturday.
Go easy. Go easy on me, okay?
We'll look for a burst of speed from your charge through the east stretch to get the job done there. Now, you've been involved in owning a couple of thoroughbreds that have done quite well of late. Tell us about Lady Ally. This is a filly that won first out, an Indiana bred, and she was second, beaten just a nose in that $100,000 City of Anderson Stakes last out. What a great feeling. I know it's been to be involved in that.
Yeah, I decided after my father died in December that I was going to change up my approach to life and start doing some things that I'd been procrastinating for a long time. And one of those is really a boyhood dream to participate in racehorse ownership. And I bought into a couple of thoroughbred racehorse partnerships, Brilliant Racing Stables and Iron Horse Racing Stables. And my first starter won, Lady Ally. She's an Indiana bred. She broke her maiden last month at Indiana Grand. And then, like you said earlier this week, she was second in a $100,000 stakes race up there, and it's really exciting. We had a horse run his first time out at Churchill Downs yesterday. He didn't run so well, but first time out. They all can't be Lady Ally and be very precocious. We think he'll be a star down the way.
I've owned a few like that, so I'm very familiar with more so on that side of things.
You've got to take in the whole experience because you're not going to win every time. You're not even going to win half the time. Probably not even going to win a quarter of the time. So it's really about the experience, the camaraderie with the partners, and the pure enjoyment that I get out of being in a racehorse partnership. It's really terrific.
We can both agree there's no better feeling than being involved in the industry, and we encourage everyone out there to investigate that.
I remember your horse, Mount Sterling Mafia. He was cool.
He did pick up a win here. That was a rare, good moment. Yeah, that we did enjoy that. That was on a Kentucky Sire Stakes day as well. Senator Thayer, thanks so much for the support. We're happy to have you out as always. Enjoy the remainder of a great Fayette Fest card. The 20-cent pick 8 coming up shortly here for race 2.